Greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Jumping in here for your energetic paths, we have the rune of Gibo. So in your near past, the rune of Gibo, it means gift. This is that balance of give and take, giving with gratitude, receiving with gratitude, remembering every time you were given something, but always forgetting any time you give something, right? So that balance of that reciprocity, that give and take energy. You could have been blessed with a very big gift. You could have received just somebody just handing you some money. Or this could be a more focus on like that Two of Cups or that Lover's card kind of tarot energy here, where it's that lover's energy, like in a relationship or a friendship or a working partnership at your workplace, right? Or your relationship with yourself or divine source for you, okay? So take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. Gibo is a beautiful gift, though, energy. I think this is more like you were received with a, or blessed with a gift, or maybe even challenged with aspects of giving and receiving, right? So in your energetic now, we have Ansus. Ansus is that, it looks like the antenna, so it's nicknamed the antenna rune because this is very much a rune of communication. This is a lot of like downloads, receiving downloads, divine intuition and wisdom being like gifted to you. I think maybe you are learning your more spiritual gifts, because this also can represent, because this is grounded energy. Remember, again, when the runes come straight down, it's very grounded. So it's going like laser beam focus, downloads to you. So Ansus, the rune of communication, prophetic dream works, kind of like a premonition dream. Maybe like it's easier for you to meditate right now, or maybe sleep. The dreams are really vivid, right? You could have other things like clairaudience, clairsentience, like all those clairs. There's 6 of them, right? That could be kicking off here. So be open to that divine communication. It could be even like in spirit animals, palindrome numbers, coincidences, songs on the radio. Okay, just be open and receptive to that now, because I do believe when this is met with that receptivity, that it'll be more fully understood for you out there. Okay, Taurus, now moving in forward, looks like we have 2 Gibos here, like one stacked on another in one rune, right? So this is the rune of Ingwaz. This is the god Ing's rune. This is successfully planting the seed in that fertile soil. This is the rune of fertility. This is also nicknamed the Divine Masculine's rune. So that's coming from a place of knowing rather than guessing, responding rather than reacting. Kind of like a Stoic kind of philosophy, kind of energy for healing the ego. This is also really a good time to point out these are both irreversible, the most stable energy. Whenever we have the rune lines going like that on the rune, forking off like that, that's very stable. So this is a lot of supreme stability, feeling like you're like, if you're ever doubting, I really don't think you're grounded. So just remain grounded here, Taurus, because I think this will secure a lot of that divine masculine balancing work here in your near future, or maybe just coming out of this with more of a healthier aspect of ego. It's that humbleness, humility, humor, that's on the other side of the spectrum from things like guilt and shame and fear, right? So let's get your rune for the energetic influence here for the now, Taurus. Man, you got, okay, so when I was saying about the rune of stability here, here's even more. Like, I think we have all of these. Okay, maybe Augie is for the other one, for the stability, forking of the stability going straight like that, okay? This is Othala, the rune of your legacy, your stability, what you're building your stable, on top of your stable foundation, right? What's transitory versus what's perpetual. What is going to last 7 generations or more in a healthy dynamic, right? like our indigenous brothers and sisters out there like to practice, right? Versus what's only going to last one or two, what is transitory, what's one or two generations worth, like maybe some money or maybe a deed to a land, which is ridiculous because you can't ever own land regardless. So anyway, don't make me go off on a tangent there, Taurus. Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice, and I just want to interrupt really quickly to thank you for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. And even if this message does not resonate specifically with you, it may resonate for somebody else. So please go ahead and share that with them if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much. Namaste, and let's get right back into your divinely guided rune readings. But let's go into your rune of what your advice is for the now. Yeah, that swift and thorough action of Theresos. Theresos, I interpret this as like Thor's hammer, right? Mjolnir, the lightning quick strike, where it's very thorough and it's very decisive. And once you start swinging that hammer, it doesn't stop until it's met its target, right? Until it's fully committed, right? So remember that you can build, you can destroy, or you can protect with the hammer. Okay, or sometimes simultaneously juggling between or doing them, right? So this is calling you for that thorough action, thorough dedication. I really think this is really kind of like, what is your spiritual legacy is the question that you're kind of going inward with. But I really feel you doing a lot of inward journeying and healing and comprehending, and maybe you learned some hard lessons here in the past with maybe relationships or how you perceive that reciprocity, like what invisible strings are attached to things, right? So this communication, these downloads, these insights, that making sure that that this is a good influence for you too, that leaving behind a healthy legacy, these actions that you take are thorough towards with that guidance, right? Your divine downloads, your intuitive guidance here too. Like meditate about it. If you do have any doubt about what to do, meditate about it, pray about it, right? Lay your burdens at the cross, so they say. So when you do that, you're releasing them. You're making room for everything that could be, right? And for that, I see you breaking through, making really huge internal, like connecting the dot moments as far as your stability and how you present yourself. All right, look at this in your outcome here for everything here, Taurus, is in Fehu. Fehu is the rune of cattle. This is wealth. This is like maybe that a sense of abundance for your legacy, but your hard work is going to be paying off here, right? So Fehu, the rune of cattle, literally means like abundance. You're shifting and having like really healthier aspects of abundance and what it means to you. And the more it seems like the more you release your worry about it, the more abundance you get, Taurus. That's what I'm seeing here for you. Let me know in the comments below how this resonates. This is really good for you. Just make sure that you're moving forward thoroughly with divinely guided steps, right? Meditate about it, pray about it, make sure it's in that good, healthy mindset. What are you carrying forward for future generations, right? Be the you that you want to be. All right, for the message of clarity from the Oracle cards, we're going to be using the Soul's Journey Oracle deck this week here, Taurus. So Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for Taurus for this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading, officially kicking off the start of Scorpio season. What card of clarity do you have for Taurus here this week, Divine? These are messages straight from Source, straight from Divine, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. Okay. Show us clearly, please. One card. Okay, it's really been saying this one to me a lot here in these last few seconds. Okay. It says failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Yeah, it could just maybe have been a misconception, misperception, invisible strings here, something like that we got tangled up with here that is perceived failure. But really there's no such thing as a failure, only like lessons, right? And the only failure is when you don't learn anything. Let that sink in. All right, so reading about this card some more says, I understand that the mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Taurus, life on Earth is full of experiences. It is our human brain that views outcomes as good or bad. The soul simply views them as chances to grow. Learn to see things, the big picture. Taurus, life on Earth is full of experiences. It is our human brain that views outcomes as good or bad. The soul simply views them as chances to grow. Learn to see the big picture instead of the minutiae. Failure to accomplish a task is merely an opportunity to evolve, and the negative connotation of the word failure can prevent you from trying again. You must come to the realization that there is no judgment involved with your soul's lessons. Realize what you view as a failure is just your soul telling you that there is another path. Embrace the maxim that when one door opens, that when one door opens, another one closes. Well, simultaneously, when one door closes, another one opens. That's what it originally said. It is the time for you to stop any negative emotional investment you have in the outcome, Taurus. So revel in the knowingness that everything will reveal itself when it is meant to. No matter what, be your true dream and no matter what, be true to your dream and the creative process. Namaste, Taurus. Have a blessed and abundant week.